Hello and welcome to our special preview show 8 days ahead of the most exciting cinematic event of the UK year, Sundance Film Festival London 2023. Yay! Thank you, everyone. Oh, do join in. That's brilliant. So we are live from the studio, dedicated to bringing you all the news and interviews from Sundance Film Festival London 2023. And by the power of our amazing news sponsor, Audible, we are able to come to you across the internet on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also live from the studio. So if you're a film fan, if you love independent cinema, if you love talking about independent cinema, if you want to see the future of film, if you're an aspiring filmmaker, if you want to edit, produce, score a film, if you just want to be inspired, then please tune into live from the studio every day during the festival at 4 o'clock. And if you want to take part, you can send in your questions to hashtag Sundance London, and we will endeavour to read them out and name check you as well. That's it for my intro, and I am now extremely excited to introduce the producer of the smorgasbord that is the Sundance Feast from last year and this year, Wendy Mitchell. Yay!
Thank you. So good to be back at the festival.
I don't think Wendy's microphone is working. Sorry, Wendy. That's a good start to it all. So we like to be a little bit relaxed around here. Doesn't have to be all working. Yeah, let's do that.
Hi. It's so good to be back. We're so excited for Sundance London. It's that week before the festival that literally yesterday I did emails for 14 hours organizing things. So I'm just really happy to be off email for a half hour, Flick, right now. But no, we're planning such amazing treats for the audience, for the industry. It's just going to be such an exciting festival.
Hang on. Yeah, let me go back. Even though we do say this every year, we do think we do have the best Sundance lined up. But in the spirit of live from the studio this year, we've already been sent some questions. So, Wendy, if you could have a look at what we've been sent on Instagram already. I'm really excited that people have responded so quickly. This is great. And it just shows what the power of internet can achieve if you respond immediately.
So, yeah, this is amazing. Before we even did this preview show, people had questions already. So, Mason Boy is asking, didn't get a ticket. Is it worth queuing to see if there are any returns? Very good question, because some of the most popular films are sold out, which is, I mean, in some ways just great for us, but it's, you know, we realize it's frustrating if you want to see those films. So I think, for instance, Past Lives is sold out. There could be tickets released on the day if we have returns. If, you know, maybe there's a film team set of guests or sponsors guests who aren't able to show up, there could be a few tickets released on the day. So won't hurt to ask, especially if you're around the venue, just ask. I think on the day itself, if we have, say, 10 new tickets for Past Lives, we can make an announcement in the venue. We might put up a sign at the ticket desk. So we'll try to communicate as best we can. We would also announce that on social media.
Yes.
Obviously, at all these Picture House channels. So do stay tuned. Sorry for anything that's sold out, but that just means our program is so good, people just really wanted to see it.
Yeah, and thank you so much for flagging that up. And even if there is a film that you don't want to see, or sorry, if you do want to see and it's sold out, there is so much other stuff to do. So you might be disappointed that you can't see that film, but please just try something else, one of our panels, anything, you know, because everything is absolutely rocking.
I mean, that's the best thing about film festivals. Don't just go for the most popular. Take a chance on something. That's the whole Sundance spirit. That's what we try to do a bit of here at Sundance London. We have another question.
Yeah.
This is from Jamie Gilmore, wanting to know, how do we choose which films open and close the festival? So this is a good time to say what is opening and closing the festival. So on opening night, Thursday, July 6th, we have Scrapper, which is an amazing debut British feature by Charlotte Regan. And, I have to first say, I produce the festival. There's a whole team of programmers, including our colleagues at Sundance US who really help shape which films we're showing and how. That's not my decision what opens and closes. But I'll speak for them a little bit. I mean, this is just, it's a really bold new voice in British cinema. I mean, it's lovely. This is sort of a hometown crowd. Obviously, they won a prize when they were at Sundance in Utah. So we knew the film was, it's a great film. They're all great films. But we knew it was going to be a popular film for the audience. We knew it's this sort of British homecoming. It's also a director who has been supported by BBC Films, supported by BFI her whole career, supported by, Sundance Institute. It just felt like a no-brainer, really.
Completely. And you will be able to catch Charlotte Regan and the producer Theo Barraclough chatting.
On Thursday, July 6th, this show. So I think they're probably going to be in the second half hour of that show. So sometime 4 to 5 p.m. We're really excited to talk to them. So that just seemed like so obvious. And the audience has agreed because those screenings have sold so well. And it's not just a sort of totally feel-good film, but the film has some joy in it. And I also like when an opening film, I've been to some festivals where the opening film is so bleak and depressing, you just don't even want to go to the party. So I think this is a perfect opening film. It gives you plenty to think about, but it's got some joy in it.
It has. And what was the third question that we...
Well, let's talk about closing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so closing night...
Yeah.
Closing night, which was also asked about, is You Hurt My Feelings, which is the new film by Nicole Holofcener. She's amazing, one of the best contemporary filmmakers. I've loved her since Walking and Talking and Lovely and Amazing. And, I think it's sometimes nice to close with an established name like that. And it's, again, this is not just a cheesy feel-good film, but it makes you think, but it's also really entertaining. Watch. I know you've seen it and loved it. And a great cast, Julia Louis-Dreyfus and Tobias Menzies. And it's also produced by Anthony Bregman, who is our industry keynote guest coming over from New York. So, just all the pieces of that puzzle. It's got a great UK distributor, Signature Entertainment, working on it. So they really like the idea of it being the closing film as well. It's just good timing and a great film.
Talking of good timing, I love the mention of New York, and then you go, woo, in the background from the police car just zipping past.
Oh, that's true.
Very atmos here.
Yes.
So, yeah. So
the third question was also about how do you get into sold-out screenings. So
okay.
I think we covered that one.
Oh.
But do keep the questions coming.
Yeah.
All during the festival. It's great.
That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you. So, Wendy, you are modelling our very exciting Sundance T-shirts.
This is the first time I've ever done a fashion reveal anywhere in my life, for many reasons. This is our exclusive reveal of the Sundance Film Festival London 2023 T-shirt. I do have to say these are not on sale to the public. They are for our staff and volunteers, but they're gorgeous and colorful, and we're so excited that... Also, this is a good reminder, if you are at the festival and you see somebody wearing one of these, ask them any questions, or ask them if they're lost, or ask them what's their favorite coffee at the bar, or whatever. You can be guaranteed if somebody's wearing this kind of T-shirt, they'll be friendly.
And talking of staff and volunteers, I mean, they really do make the festival, don't they? We have volunteers that have come back year after year after year.
It's so amazing. Yeah, I guess I've been to a lot of film festivals in the past 25 years in the film industry. And everybody always claps the volunteers. And I think before I worked at film festivals, I'm like, oh, they're just standing there pointing at the door, But now I realize they're so integral. We could not do this festival without our volunteers. We had a volunteer induction last weekend, and I think we've got about 30 volunteers. As you said, a lot of them come back year after year. Some of them volunteer at Sundance in Park City, Utah in January, and then volunteer with us. So that's real dedication. And they're just a great group of cinema lovers and nice people. And we really couldn't do it without them, as well as the amazing staff here at Picture House Central, which, takes a village to run a film festival.
It does. And also I just want to flag up our sponsors this year, because they've really, I don't know, got really involved with the spirit of the festival. Not that they don't always, but there's just been something really special this year. Can you talk a bit about our sponsors and what people can expect when they're wandering around the festival?
Well, I think we have to mention our new headline sponsor, which is Audible, and they're also obviously sponsoring, partnering on these live from the studios. Just been such a great partner already, because they just are really into creativity, into storytelling, and that's what Sundance London is all about. They're working with us on 2 different panels discussions, one for the industry, one just about how creative people find their voice. And that's, it wasn't intended this way, but it happens to be 4 female filmmakers making their debuts. So Nida Manzoor from Polite Society, and Adura Onashile from Girl, Malling Manning Walker, who was just the talk of Cannes with How to Have Sex. Oh, I know. Oh, I'm going to forget one. Oh. Nita, sorry. Oh, it's Celine Song from Past Lives is also on that session. So, yeah, Adobe, and then that was Audible, I'm sorry. And Audible's going to have some amazing, cool, like, pop-up experiences here around the venue at Picture House Central. I haven't tested them yet, so I'm not going to ruin the surprise. But they're this sort of, it's an experiential moment you could have at the festival with some audio storytelling, and I think it just gives another dimension to what we're doing. And we really love how creative a partner they've been.
And there could be like some free drinks somewhere as well, or some, what else can...
Yes, so for badge holders, there's a happy hour every day, 5 to 6, in the members bar, and that's going to have some free drinks. I know we've also got Trip, the CBD soft drink, is also going to have some free drinks available quite a lot of the weekend, also on our amazing roof terrace. And I think during certain hours of the day, you might be able to get a little tequila in that drink. Mackay Rum we're working with, which I think some Dark and Stormies might be in order. And just so many amazing partners. And you really cannot do a film festival just without partners helping us do it. And, Adobe is a returning partner. United Airlines has been a really big help to us this year. Not just sponsoring the industry program and part of the festival, but actually helping us get the filmmakers here on United Airlines. So we're loving them right now. But and Mayfair Hotel Group. There's so many partners. Please, don't ignore those logos when you see them around the festival, because they really do make this whole thing possible.
And let's talk about free stuff, because that's something that's very important to me. But I know that there's some incredible stuff available to aspiring filmmakers and people that are just interested in finding out about film, like Collab and Ignite. So, can you...
Glad you brought those up, because, I just mentioned Adobe, and they are a partner on both those events. So Sundance Collab is Sundance Institute's year-round learning platform. Just amazing advice and mentoring and education sessions, and they're doing a panel that any person in the world who wants to sign up for the panel can do that. You can see information at Picture House website. Sign up, come to that panel for free. It's got some great filmmakers talking on it. And then they're going to have a little coffee after, so you can meet some nice creative people. And then Sundance Ignite is Sundance Institute's year-round program for 18 to 25-year-olds. So if you know anybody 18 to 25, they can sign up for an absolutely free screening of Scrapper, our opening night film, and a Q&A with Charlotte Reagan, the director, who is, so generous with her time, and she wants to talk to that next generation. So those are, again, that's on the Picture House website, so you can find it and sign up for free. And it's really nice. This is
Yeah, it's a phenomenal gift. Like for those things to be free is brilliant. So Wendy, could you introduce because we're going to go to a VT now, apart from if you're on Instagram, and we're going to carry on chatting. But yeah, if you could introduce the interview that you did a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, I talked to some of our most important colleagues. It's Claire Benz and Paul Ridd from Picture House.
Cinematic legends, let me add.
They are both, and such just hardworking and passionate people. And I should say, nobody from Sundance US is here today with us because it's a little bit early, but during the festival, they're all here. They're all come chat with us. Such a great collaboration between Sundance US and Picture House. So I talked to the heads of Picture House a bit about how the festivals come together, what they're excited about, who's the biggest Gregor Rocky fan at Picture House, things like
Paul
that.
Ridd.
Paul
Ridd,
yeah.
Great.
Hello, I'm Wendy Mitchell, producer of Sundance Film Festival London 2023. I'm here with the Supremos from Picture House. We have Claire Benz and Paul Ridd. I know you both are just as excited as me for Sundance London. It's the 10th anniversary this year, which is a great milestone. What makes Sundance London so special? Can you talk a bit about how it's evolved?
Well, I'll kick off. I guess the thing about Sundance is the sense of community that Sundance has in Utah and what Redford's initial vision was. And we have gradually, I feel, got to a point in London where we also are getting that sense of community. It's not just films, but it's the film, the people that make the films, the people that are involved in the films, that we too now are a home for filmmakers, for film fans, and carrying on that spirit of independence and the difference between mainstream films perhaps and the community sense that Redford had. And I think we've now, in our 10th year, I think we're just about there.
It's also been about building that industry program as well, right? So a feeling of community amongst people who are from all areas of filmmaking in the UK coming together for that brief period and kind of networking, meeting each other, seeing some of the best films from Sundance. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited for this industry program because, as you said, it's not so many. It feels like a lot of industry programs are about here's for a producer or here's for a director. And this year, I mean, we just confirmed Nainita Desai, the amazing composer, is coming to talk. Heather Baston's great casting director. Of course, we have all those directors and producers and financiers, but I love that mix. So we're so looking forward to it. When you're watching this, I think the industry badges are sold out.
Yeah.
Which is just phenomenal that people take a chance on us even before they knew who was speaking and what the program was going to look like. So we're thrilled. Really looking forward to opening night. It's a very special film, and I think it's just a perfect film for Sundance London. It's Scrapper by Charlotte Reagan. Charlie, why is Scrapper a good opening film?
Well, again, I think it has that real sense of independence, but it's British. She is her first time feature director. It's got an astounding cast. It feels exactly right for what Sundance is about. And of course, we're absolutely thrilled that we've got everybody who's involved in the film there on opening night, and not just opening night, but I think Charlie's going to be doing lots of things for us throughout the festival.
Indeed, she is. We're making her talk every day.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean that combination when you see the film of kind of filmmaking, bravura and risk taking and kind of formal play with the quality of Harris and Lola at the center of this, performing in this great film. It's just an encapsulation of what makes Sundance special, that feeling of discovery. It's a great film.
Yeah, it's a really wonderful film. And I love, I'm not going to say it's like the feel-good hit of the year,
but you can.
But it's got moments of joy in it. And because when you go to a festival and you've got like the world's most depressing film on an opening night, you're like, oh, do I even want to go have a drink? And I love that this film, it's going to leave people sort of feeling a sense of joy and celebration of life in there too.
Exactly. And I think it's what's so good about the film is it feels very real, it feels very honest, and life is humorous, and we do laugh in adversity, and this film captures all of that.
And we're going to close on Sunday, July 9th with Nicole Holofcener's You Hurt My Feelings. As a former Brooklynite of a certain age, I feel like it's catnip for me. Why is this a good closing night film?
Well, I think we're ending with a film that is honest but funny and very beautifully written, very beautifully directed. And it has a sort of sense of, again, that independence, that real reality of vulnerability that people feel, and is explored in this film in a most amusing and hilarious way. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to close with a film that is really funny and accessible and beautifully performed by Julia Louis-Dreyfus and the rest of the cast, but it's also specifically about anxiety to do with creativity, which feels like the perfect kind of encapsulation of
that whole weekend we're having. Yes. We look forward, and we're so excited. Nicole, who's just one of the coolest filmmakers working today, and has such a voice, that she'll be here with us in person, and that just makes all the difference. Any other highlights you want to mention, or guests coming you want to particularly excited for?
To be honest with you, every time I look at the program, I just think, well, where do we start talking about it all? Because every day there are interesting panels. I think the fact that we're revisiting Rye Lane, we're going to explore how that film got into the UK film place, and we're just coming at it from a very different angle. I think the industry program, as you already alluded to, is so exciting this year. I think we've got great guests, and I think, Paul, you should talk about our amazing rep program.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, when we were in Sundance, when Claire and I were in Sundance earlier this year, we had a chance to see Greg Araki's Doom Generation in a new restoration
in the Egyptian.
That's the quintessential Sundance experience. It's a film that's meant a lot to me and to Claire and to all of us, because Greg Araki is obviously such an important filmmaker. And having him in person come to introduce that restoration in London, and also talk about Mysterious Skin and his first film, Three Bewildered People in the Night, it's just, heaven.
I can't wait. I've never met him. I can't wait. He's been delightful just to communicate with on emails and the planning. And it's so cool that with Three Bewildered People in the Night, I don't think it's been seen publicly, at least in the UK. And Greg has convinced Darcy Marta, who is the star, one of the three stars of the film, to come. Yeah. And so she's going to be here with Greg.
That is really exciting for us. And I know when we were sat in the Egyptian, we said, we must bring him over. And to actually have achieved it and got him here and got a film showing that hasn't been seen here is its dream come true.
And our London audiences have been really jumping on those tickets. Everybody's excited to come see Greg. Another really hot ticket, you should check to see if any are still available out there, is Past Lives. And your programmers, I don't know if you can have favorites. I can have a favorite, and this is my favorite film of the year, and I'm saying that even after the masterpieces I saw in Cannes. Just a really special work, first feature from Celine Song, and she's also going to be doing a talk with us about sort of finding your creative voice, and I think that's really interesting.
I think Past Lives is going to end up as a classic. It really touches people in a way that films can do often, but this just floors you. It's so beautiful, it's so unique, it's so confident filmmaking. If there are any tickets left, I would get quickly onto it.
And Claire doesn't cry like me, but I just cried so cathartic like a baby.
Wendy,
I know, but this film just gets me. I love it. It's also, I should mention, I'm here with Picture House today. This is also, obviously, it's not just, Sundance London is not just Picture House sitting in a room designing this festival. It's an amazing partnership with Sundance Institute, the programmers from the Sundance
Who
US.
will be here?
Yeah.
Exactly. So how important is it that if they're not just sort of rubber stamping what you're doing, they're here, they're with us, they're doing Q&As, they're at every event. How important is that?
Well, that again is about partnership, it's about collaboration, and having them here is just wonderful. So it really feels that the London audiences can get a taste of what it's like to be in Utah, to have the excitement, to have their knowledge, to have their history all here with us.
We have this very sort of like privileged position where before Sundance in January in Utah, we sort of look at what the program has put together, watch all those films on the ground, and have the sort of treat of kind of picking the very, very best with them. And just it's kind of testament to the quality of their programming that what we've got this year is.
And we've worked with them for years, and it has been. But of course, there is a new director in town.
There is Eugene Hernandez, who I'm sure I'm going to say this all weekend, was my first boss in the film industry about 23 years ago at IndieWire. And he's the incoming, or I guess he's the festival director of Sundance and director of year-round programming. And he loves London, but this is going to be his first time at Sundance London. So, Eugene, we're ready for you.
Yes, we are.
I know that he's excited to meet the UK industry more. He knows a lot of them, and this UK audience, and to see the buzz at Picture House Central. Any final thoughts?
I would just say it's going to be an amazing festival. Come, enjoy, talk, see films, experience a really joyful few days together. And I think the fact that we are all there together, it's in person, it's back where it should be in cinemas, and that is thrilling and exciting, and just be part of it.
Just to shout out 2 films we haven't mentioned and give you an impression of the kind of gamut that we run during the festival. In that course of 3 days, you can see Iris Axis Passages, which is a fantastically funny, beautiful film, very caustic, very beautifully written and beautifully acted, sexy. Drama about sort of love triangle. And then you can see Talk to Me, which is like a completely terrifying horror movie.
Australian horror, which is one of the buzziest.
Yeah. And it did make me jump.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe you're not crying, but you're jumping.
I jumped.
So much to see. I would also just like to mention, even if Past Lives is sold out, first of all, you might want to check on the day to see if any tickets have opened up. But just to mention this live from the studio, where we're sort of previewing this right now, it's the 4 days of the festival, July 6th to 9th, at 4 to 5 p.m. every day. This sort of chat format is going to be happening in the Picture House Central restaurant. It's totally free. You don't need a badge. You don't need a ticket. You just come, have a cup of coffee, and listen to people, these amazing creative community talk for free. But, you're also welcome to buy a film ticket.
Very well.
Yes. So we will see you July 6th to 9th at Picture House Central for Sundance Film Festival London. Thanks to Claire and Paul for joining me.
Thank you.
Thanks. See you soon.
Welcome back, people from Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And Wendy and I have been chatting away, having fun while you were all watching Paul and Claire tell you all about their Sundance adventure. And so we're going to wrap up now, but I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone for joining us today. It's just been really great fun to chat to Wendy. We've got some amazing guests to look forward to next week. So please, please, please do send us questions on #SundanceLondon. And we are now going to play out with the fantastic Sundance trailer. See you all next week.